Congratulations on a great performance. You dominated the fight from the opening bell until the close. Why don't you tell us about how you feel about that fight?
Thank you, guys. I feel really good. I feel I had an amazing night. I probably rate my performance like around an 8. Could have been a little bit better, but overall, I did what I said I was going to do. I said I was going to stop this guy because nobody's ever stopped him. Nobody's ever hurt him. And you see exactly what I did. I hurt him every round basically. And, they ended up stopping the fight. But, hats off to Angulo, his team. They're all gentlemen. He's a tough fighter, man. He kept coming. He's really a warrior. He went out of his shields, but, I felt like it was an amazing fight.
You commented to Brian Custer on Showtime after the fight about your stamina, your ability to go 10 rounds. You're still in shape. Do you want to talk about, missing weight and how you felt you were physically in this fight?
Yeah, everything besides the weight, everything was perfect, man. There was, when I usually lose weight, I follow a system. I drink 2 gallons, then, on Sunday, then 2 on Monday, then, but I cut all that off, because I wasn't really sure how this bubble was going to work. We were only able to work out one day, out the day for an hour. And I didn't have a sauna. I hadn't really the stuff I needed to cut my weight, But at the end of the day, I'm a man, I missed weight. So, I'm not making any excuses. But I'm very disappointed about that. I stripped my belt, paid a huge fine, But at the end of the day, I'm still undefeated. I feel like a lot of people still want to see me in these big fights with these big names because I put on great performances, I don't shy away from anybody. I brawl with the brawlers and I can outbox the boxers, So I feel like the fans, whether I have a belt or not, they're going to want to see me no matter what, But if, I'm definitely going to want to go on back to the drawing board, fight for a world title if that's possible. I got to, be a little bit more strict or way more strict on my diet, So everything so I make weight good and all that. But, I'm just very excited to be back and come out victorious tonight.
Okay, we can go take some questions here. First one will come from Sean Zittel. Sean, you're up.
Hey, David, congratulations tonight.
Thank you.
What did you think of your jab tonight?
I've been telling you guys, I have an amazing jab. I feel like I know I've had an amazing jab for a long time, but now that I'm getting older, I'm getting stronger. It's more of a power punch, and it's a shot I could throw literally all night. I could throw, I don't know how much jabs I could throw in a round, but I could throw, a lot in a round. And you guys see it. I don't think you guys seen a better jab than that in a while. You know what I mean? Like I said, I just wanted to let my performance speak for itself. I did everything, I did body shots, head shots, uppercuts, combinations, I boxed, I showed good defense, it was all around great performance, So I'm very happy about my performance tonight.
Obviously, people will still be talking about a fight with you and Caleb Plant. How much different would the game plan be fighting a style that Plant brings to the table as opposed to an aggressive, strong guy like Angulo tonight?
It's just a little bit more pressure, things that I had to do with Angulo, I don't have to do with Plant. Or it's going to be find a different style. I was more of the boxer in this fight, So with Plant, I definitely have to cut the ring off way more, and just do a little bit more different stuff. I don't think he's going to be in there trying to brawl with me and stuff like that. I'm definitely going to have to play, it's going to be a cat and mouse game with him. But, I'm still looking forward to the fight. Hopefully we can get a fight with him. He can say whatever he wants, but at the end of the day, I know he's hoping and praying I don't make 168, so I don't fight him, But, I'm definitely going to make 168 for him. I'll make it sweet for him. Yeah,
and lastly, that's it. Like you said, he's had a lot to say. Anything you have to say following this performance?
I don't have to say nothing, You guys, my performance speaks for itself, When the time gets there, we'll start talking a little bit more, but a lot of people have a lot of things to say about me because I miss weight, but out of the 8 years I've been professional, this is my first time missing weight. I missed weight, but I looked amazing in my fight, So, if I fight anybody like this for a world title, I'm definitely beating anybody. It doesn't matter what it is. The only way they could beat me and the only way I could lose my title if I don't make weight, So they should be really scared about that. The only way I could not win a belt is if I don't make weight. So all you guys talking, thinking all that, thinking everything is sweet, you better hope I never see you guys in any of you guys in the ring because, this is exactly what I'll do to anybody.
Thanks,
I
David.
believe it was a shutout across the scorecards, and you threw approximately 30 to 33 jabs per round, for the record. Keith Heidick?
Exactly, like you know, what I mean, what super middleweight does that, and all those jabs are, you know, there were power shots. At the end of the day, there were power shots. What other super middleweight have you seen that throws jabs like that? And what power punch the brawler that wins every round like that? You know what I mean? I'm 23 years old. This guy has never been stopped. He just upset Anthony Sims, and he gave Suda Ramirez a hell of a fight. He's never been stopped. I dominated him from round 1 to round 11. I'm barely 23 years old. You know what I mean? So people can say whatever you want to say, but at the end of the day, I'm a great fighter, you know, and I keep proving that to everybody, and I keep proving that to myself, and I'm not going to stop until I'm the best in this generation.
No doubt an impressive performance. Keith Heidick? Keith?
Yes, David, congratulations on your win. Do you feel that the Plant fight is still makeable as of now because you don't have a title? Will he look at it as if it won't be as attractive to him because you don't have the title? How do you look at it?
Maybe, you know what I mean? That's why I'm saying, like, we got to go back to the drawing board and see, because it's going to be a better fight if it's a unification fight, you know what I mean? So if I got to, you know, go back to the line, or I got to do whatever I do to put myself in place for that title, that's exactly what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? You know, honestly, it doesn't matter to me if I fight him for a title or not. The only thing I want to do is get my hands on him. That's the only thing I want to do. If it's for a title, if it's not for a title, it doesn't matter to me. But it definitely is going to be a bigger fight for a title. But for me, I just want to get my hands on him. That's it. But, you know what I mean? I don't want to speak of what he thinks or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm just ready to move on, you know, and go to the next step and see how I proceed with my career from now.
David, do you think it's possible, though, that the Plant fight could be, in some ways, it could get you to the Plant fight faster, wouldn't it?
I don't know, man. To be honest, I really don't know. It's up to the promoters and whatever makes sense to them. Like I said, I'm ready to fight whenever. If they want me to get a title first and then fight Plant, then that's what I'm gonna do. If they want me to just go into that fight like that, that's what I'm gonna do. I feel like they have their mandatories. There's some 2 dudes are mandatory. I think Angulo and Truax is about to fight to be mandatory for that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know, man. I just got to sit back and see what's going to happen, you know, and be more prepared. And next time, you know, be a little bit more disciplined on my weight. You know, I feel like for somebody to say I'm not disciplined in the ring is very disrespectful to me. The only thing that I wasn't disciplined in was making the weight. You know what I mean? That was only 3 pounds. But as you can see in the fight, I showed defense. I showed distance, power shots, jabs. I literally showed everything in the ring, and I didn't even get tired. And it was going into the 11th round. Throwing power shots since the first round, you know what I mean? So how could somebody say I'm not disciplined, you know what I mean? But I'm just ready to move on.
I just have one last question for you, David. So your next fight, in your mind, for sure, will be at 168 pounds.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to give it one more try. I'm definitely going to, you know what I mean? I got to clean myself up, clean my diet up a little bit more. You know, I thought my diet was already solid. You know what I mean? But we definitely going to come a little bit more prepared next time. You know what I mean? It just, people are judging me, you know, they're making it seem like, you know, I'm a super undisciplined fighter, this and that, because I missed weight one time. You know what I mean? It's not fair, but it is what it is. But I'm definitely coming back to 168.
Thanks, David.
Okay, thank you, Keith. Let's go to Jeremy Herridges. Jeremy from Fansided. Jeremy, if you can hear us, try the mute or unmute yourself. I have a little bit of static there, Jeremy. We'll try you back if you stick around. Abraham Gonzalez. Abraham, go ahead.
Hey, congratulations, David, on your win.
What's up, bro? Thank you.
Thank you. As the by any chance, has WBC reached out to you since the situation with the weigh-in, as far as you know, when they project to make a decision on how you stand with them in regards to the WBC and everything else?
I mean, Mauricio Suleiman reached out to me yesterday. You know, I really didn't discuss much about things. I want to see how things are going to play out today, because my main focus is to take care of this job. You know what I mean? So he just, you know, extended his hand and told me that, you know, they're there for me and they support me. But that's pretty much it. I didn't ask, you know, you know, where do I stand with the WBC, because, you know, I still hadn't even fought. So I haven't talked to them. I haven't talked to Mauricio Suleiman. I was about to talk to my promoter, Samson Lukowitz, to see what the plan was from here. But you know, I feel like, you know, my job is taken care of today. You know, just to win the fight, I won impressively. I'll probably have to talk to everybody, you know, tomorrow or tonight. You know, we'll go have dinner, see what's gonna happen, and I'll have more news for you guys later. But as of right now, I'm just, you know, happy with this victory.
Now, and Angulo ended up being a tough character, and I think you knew that going into it. But being in the ring with him, and you seeing him taking all that punishment, did you maybe get a little discouraged that you were beating the hell out of this guy, and he just wasn't going down, or was it just more of a, hey, you know, I just got to keep doing my job, and the stoppage will eventually come?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I never get discouraged, man, because most of these guys I fight, they're like grown men. You know, I mean, I'm barely 23. This dude's like 35. So, and especially him never being knocked out, I knew he wasn't gonna go in there and just, you know, call it quits. You know, whenever he felt hurt, I was gonna proceed. I was gonna continue attacking. You know, and continue, you know, throwing vicious combinations and hurting him, trying to hurt him as much as I can. And so, exactly what happened. You know, I was actually surprised that they stopped the fight. I thought I felt I was gonna knock him out. I felt I was gonna stop him. You know, it was just only a matter of time. There's 2 rounds left, but I was definitely gonna try to pull it off for my fans. You know, so I was very surprised that they stopped it. But you know, I knew that this guy, you know, I didn't let it discourage me, because, you know, these Hispanic dudes are tough, man. It doesn't matter if it's Mexican, Colombian, Ecuadorian. These dudes are tough, and they're not gonna go down. You know what I mean? So they're most likely gonna have to go out on the shields, but. You know, I didn't let that discourage me at all. You know what I mean? I knew he was a tough fighter. I knew he was, you know, he had a huge heart, and he was going to take all night if he got stopped, and that's exactly what happened.
And then last question, will you try to squeeze one more in before the end of the year, or do you think that this would be it for 2020, and you're going to focus next year on fighting early next year?
I think the best timeline is probably in December or January. You know what I mean? If I could get a fight, you know what I mean? This is the only way I get paid, so I ain't gonna turn down a payday at all. You know what I mean? So whatever they want to do, you know what I mean? I'm all up for it. And this whole year, I mean, I before this, I didn't fight for a year. I mean, the last time I fought was September 28th, so it was almost a year. So, you know, I feel like I need to be more active. You know what I mean? I feel like that's gonna be help me a little bit more on my weight too, if I'm more active. You know, I mean, I just want to fight at least 3 times a year. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm too young just to be fighting 1 time a year. You know what I mean? But this is nobody's fault. You know, it's the pandemic's fault. You know what I mean? So I'll talk to my promoters if we could get a fight in by the end of the year or in January. You know, it's perfect. That's exactly what we're going to do.
Okay, thank you, Abraham. Jeremy, we're going to give you another shot here. Jeremy, can you unmute and ask your question?
Yeah, you receiving me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
We got you.
All right. David, congratulations on an excellent performance. Kind of where Keith was talking before. Obviously, you said you're going to give it another shot, see if it's going to go. Is there a point where if you feel like you're trying to drain your body too much that it's just not worth it, and then you'll move up? How much of an effort how hard was it to try to make weight this time around?
It was, you know, it was just, we didn't really have the things that we needed to lose the weight. You know what I mean? Especially everything was closed. You know, a main part of my weight loss is, you know, I have to get a sauna in. You know what I mean? That's always necessary for me. And, you know, a bathtub, you know, you soak in a hot bathtub 30, 40 minutes. That's how you get the rest of the weight off, you know, for me. Unfortunately, here we didn't have that, you know, and we only had the gym 1 time a day for an hour. You know what I mean? No boxing gym. We couldn't go outside to run. You know what I mean? I really thought, you know, I didn't really have that much weight left, you know what I mean, before I got here, you know. So, but when I got here, man, it was just, you know, I didn't really have the things I needed to lose the weight, you know. And I just felt like I want everybody to know too, you know, the fighters that, you know, struggle to make the weight a little bit, you know, it's, you know, if you don't have the things you need the sauna, you need stuff like the same things I need, you know, you're gonna have a hard time, you know, losing weight here. You know, it's very strict, you know, treadmills, you know, they're only to the gym 1 time a day, you know what I mean? No boxing gyms, you can't run outside, all this and that. So, you know, you guys have to really come on point. You just let me be a lesson, you know what I mean? I lost the title, you know, I got fined a big fine, but you know what I mean? I really feel like if, you know, I start a little bit earlier, you know what I mean? If I get, you know, the things I need, maybe a sauna in the hotels, maybe I'm pretty sure I could lose the weight. I've always lost the weight like that. I'm a bigger guy, so I lose weight. You know, I gained a little bit, you know, more than usual. I'm a bigger guy, you know what I mean? So
Your cardio was obviously on point. I mean, you threw, I think it was 702 punches in 10
exactly,
rounds.
you know what I mean? And I was doing 15 rounds. You know, everything was perfect, bro. It was just this thing that messed everything up for me. You know what I mean? But everything was on point. It's just that sometimes, you know, you got to, those last 2-3 pounds, man, are the hardest pounds that, you know, sometimes they just don't come out. You know, ask any boxer. This happened to him at least once where you just don't sweat. And that's what was happening to me. You know what I mean? I just wasn't sweating. So it was either try to make the weight and I pass out, you know, running too long, this and that, and the whole card gets canceled, you know what I mean? Or, you know what I mean, I sacrifice this, you know what I mean, and I continue the fight and the Showtime still has a fight, you know what I mean?
With the output that you put forward, how do you rank this performance against all of your other performances? Was this arguably maybe your best performance?
This was probably the best performance I've had. Probably the most exciting was the Porky Medina one, but because of the record and nobody's ever knocked this guy out, you know, Porky Medina had been knocked out before I knocked him out. So this guy has never been knocked out. He's never even hurt. So I feel like this is my best performance up to date.
Final question. If you had your choice, I know you talked about it, you know, saying what your promoters would do. If you had the chance to fight again for the WBC title or fight Caleb Plant for the IBF, which one would you prefer?
I don't know, bro. To be honest, I can't. You know, the WBC's been really good with me. You know what I mean? But I feel like whatever opportunity comes first, that's the one I'm going to take. You know what I mean? I'm not even say I'd rather do this or I do that. Whatever opportunity comes first, you know, I'll take, you know, right away. And we'll just sit back and see what happens. You know what I mean?
Congratulations and thank you again.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, guys. We got one more question here from Mike Dixon. Mike, you want to give us a shot here?
Hey, David. Can you walk us through the last, the sixth round when you hit him with that combination down the stretch, like 10 seconds to go? What did you see?
When I throw combinations like that, bro, it's really hard for me to tell because I just act off instinct. You know what I mean? If I see one little opening, you know, I feel like the opening's a little bit more open than it should be, I'll try to squeeze as much shots as I can in. But I really don't remember in the sixth round. Now, I remember I caught him with a couple good shots. I think that was the first one. I'd caught him with the second one, a good combination in like the 10th round too. So I really don't know. You know what I mean? I just know that I was just trying to hurt him as much as possible. You know what I mean? I didn't want to throw too much shots because I knew if he came up with the overhand loop when I was throwing combinations, you know, he has power. You know, he always has a puncher's chance. So I was very, very, very cautious. But, you know, I feel like this performance was great because I showed a little bit of everything. I showed jab, I showed right hand, I showed body shots, defense, I showed some good instincts, and I showed great speed. You know what I mean? I feel like I showed everything everybody wanted to see. You know what I mean? And it was a crowd. You know, if there was a crowd here, the crowd would have been going crazy all night. You know what I mean? But I think they're all going crazy at home. You know what I mean? So I feel like the job I did was perfect.
Absolutely. And one final question on my end is, what did you learn? What was the lesson that you learned about yourself overall, whether from cutting weight to just fighting in the ring? Like, what did you learn new about yourself?
That I don't want to pay a $100,000, $200,000 fine. You know, the next time I come in, you know, I gotta make weight. So you know that kind of sucked. But overall, everything was good. You know what I mean? I feel like this is gonna make me a better man, a better athlete too. You know, because now I know. You know what I mean? I don't want to. You know, it sucks that I really had to pay that. But you know, it is what it is. You know, I lost my title again, but I feel like, you know, I could come back and, you know, I could win it again. And that, you know, I could, you know, I'm a way bigger puncher than all these big punchers at 168. You know what I mean? I thought, you know, everybody thought Angulo, you know, he's probably a bigger puncher than me because he's older. You know, and it's just seeing his fights, he made Anthony Sims and Surdo Ramirez look like they had no power at all, and they were running from him. You know what I mean? Anthony Sims is a great fighter. Surdo Ramirez is a great fighter. And, you know, look at what I just did to Angulo. You know what I mean? I shut him down. I destroyed him from round 1 to round 12. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm definitely a two-time WBC world champion at 168, youngest for a reason. You know what I mean? And I just want to continue my career and be great. and, you know, beat all these fighters. Now I know I can hurt anybody. You know what I mean? Once they feel the power, David Benavidez is a whole different story. And now I know that for a fact.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you, Mike, and thanks to all the press for questions. David, thank you for your time this week. Congratulations on the win. I know you got a lot in front of you personally. Your first child's due next September, this September. So good luck with that, and good luck to your wife.
Thank you, and I hope everybody has a blessed night. Thank you so much.